What's going on, everybody? This is the Anger Management Podcast, where we talk anything that's dealing with mental health and wellness, and for men that's here. This week, we got a majority of our same crew. What's that? What's that? I don't know what it is, boss. It's right. I don't know. Hey, listen, Ed, hit the get the skinny gray remote.
What was that?
I don't know. It's like the
listen. Well, listen.
Yeah, is your phone near the speaker?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was your phone near the speaker that did that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it, Ed. Don't worry about it. Hey, y'all, I want to thank you all for tuning into the Anger Management Podcast, man. We back this weekend just discuss some things amongst men. If you are watching, we appreciate you to go ahead and like, share, because the discussions that we have are definitely related to men and our mental health, because if we don't care about ourselves, no one else will. Today's discussion is going to be the ramification of men sharing their feelings.
The what?
The ramification of men when they share their feelings. But before we do so, I like to go around the room and ask my brothers how they doing. Chip, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm breathing.
You breathing? Yeah, I hope so.
That's all I need.
What about you, Anthony? How you doing today,
Hey, man, I'm good. Thank the Lord. Hey, I'm glad to be here. Hey, everything's good. Glad to be here with you guys. And, hey, let's do it.
All right. I appreciate it. What about you, Brother Ernest?
Hey,
how
I'm
you
doing just fine, man.
All right. So before we get started, I do want to let you all know that Funnybone couldn't make it because he's doing promotion for the show that's going to be on April 4th. It's going to be a lot of good comedians that's here from the city. I can never remember the name of the church, though.
Household
of
Faith.
Faith.
So it's going to be at the Household of Faith. Tickets are being limited now because we're running out. I got maybe like 5 more tickets left. So if you want to purchase tickets, you can get in contact with me or Jen or Ernest or Chip.
I don't have none.
Chip ain't got no more tickets, so don't worry about Chip. But get in contact with us so that way we can go ahead and get the tickets. It's going to be a clean show. It's going to be outstanding, so y'all make sure that y'all go ahead and get the tickets through one of us. In the meantime, Anthony, you got a show that's coming up. You'd like to discuss that real quick?
Yeah, real quick. I'll be in St. Augustine's Celebration Recovery with Pastor Kenneth. That's next Wednesday at 6 o'clock.
Okay. And y'all make sure that y'all go ahead and support my brother. It's in St. Augustine, right?
St. Augustine,
It's going
Florida.
to be in St. Augustine. So if you're in the St. Augustine area, make sure you get in contact with Anthony so that way you can go ahead and get your tickets and stuff and go out there and support anything that we got going on, because we'll try to do the same for you all. In the meantime, let's go ahead and open up the discussion in reference to sharing your feelings. So first of all, I want to know, how do you all feel about like getting your feelings across now versus when you were younger? I'll go ahead and start since it seems like y'all thinking about it. Beforehand, I
ain't thinking about it. I think in the
mean,
beginning, as growing up, it kind of made us vulnerable. Made us feel like it was being less than a man if you shared your feelings. Like one of the things that I'm sure we all grew up on is that men are not supposed to cry.
Right.
But if you look in the Bible, it said Jesus wept. So if he wept, what makes us any different from him? That's just like when things are happening to us, when people talk about us, didn't they do the same thing to Jesus Christ? We're no bigger than Christ. So everything that he has experienced, he not only experienced it to show us that we can go through, but he also showed us that he experienced it in the physical form, not in just the spiritual form, but he experienced it in the physical form. Because I mean, I say all the time, you know, you ask him to take, you ask Abraham to take his son Isaac up to the top of the mountain and sacrifice him. I don't know if I could do something like that. I know that God will provide, but the question is, will we be able to say that we're willing to do some of the things that he asked of some of the people in the Bible?
Yeah, I can agree. I can understand that. I can kind of take the ideal of Job, right?
Right.
Like Job had lost everything. Now, they tell you the end story because that's what a lot of people in church like to tell you, like, yeah, but God is going to give it back to you tenfold. But the journey to get it back tenfold had to have been a hurtful situation. You know what I mean? And it's painful. And they say that God won't put more on you than you can bear, but it still don't stop it from being heavy, though. And they don't explain about how Job, like after he lost his wife and then he lost his children, and that loss, how it impacted him. He being strapped with, like, what is it, leprosy, I think he had? Yeah. Some type of illness. So you get illness on top of that, all on the fact that God is talking highly about you and testing you because he feel like you are the faithful one. You know, it kind of, I can kind of relate to that now. You know what I mean? So, but then when you express your feelings about it, certain people just don't really care. You got to find people that really care about your well-being. Because what is it? I put in the notes that really Chris Rock was right. Like women, babies, and pets are really the only things on this planet that are loved unconditionally. Yeah. And then when they explain about how women can do the same thing men can do and don't get half the punishment, a woman can cry and get all of the affection that they need. But a man is looked upon as weak, get yourself up. You know what I'm saying? You better do something about it. No one really cares.
Now, it's funny you mentioned pet because a good friend of mine, he's still a sergeant major in the Army. And earlier this week, he put on Facebook that he had just lost his pet. I immediately picked up the phone to call him because I said, I know what it's like to lose a pet. To me, it's not just a man's best friend. It is a family member. It becomes part of a family. Because when I lost mine, I was hurt. Totally hurt because I told him I had mine for like 10 years. Mine actually rode on the plane with me coming from Hawaii. He ain't going no kettle. I had a Chihuahua. He sat right up under the seat with me. I used to walk around in the mall with him in a suitcase on my shoulders. So because I knew what he felt, I immediately picked up the phone because never been can't tell one to go how to get there. If you ain't never been nowhere, how can you tell me about getting over something?
Right.
You know, so because I know what he was experiencing and because I felt it before, I had to go ahead and reach out to him. And I think that's one of the things that we have to remember. When we sharing our testimonies here on live camera, we're not only sharing it to heal ourselves, we're sharing it for someone that may be going through what we're going through, may have already went through, or may be getting ready to experience it. And when we share that with everybody out here on social media, that let everybody know that, hey, if God did it for us, he can do it for you. But everything in life is a process. That's the thing. If God showed you your destined where you're going to be at in the end, showed you how much of a blessing you got waiting on you at the end, if he showed you the process first, some of us may not want to go through the process.
Hey, listen, I think, like, okay, so a couple of weeks ago, we had a podcast, and it got very intense on the podcast because I was sharing things that I had just went through and things that I was experiencing, right? And that was a way of me kind of using that as therapy, as way of getting it out, and things like that. That testimony, that me even sharing my feelings online, I know it helped somebody else, but it also vilified me in the eyes of the people who was listening to it and thinking that I'm a certain type of person or something like that. Like I've never showed any kind of violent tendencies towards anybody. You know what I mean? But after the podcast, people just assumed that I was just going to be doing something violent. You know what I mean? And I understand feelings do come into play a lot of times, right? Well, we have to understand that, you know, the people that you have in your corner will also help guide you in the right way. So the whole thing is that I give props to like Chip, and I give props to my sister and stuff like that for people I can actually call and talk to about releasing, because the ones that do something are the ones that don't have nobody that they feel like they can talk to, that they don't have. Like, it was cool that you gave your Sergeant Major, that's right, Sergeant Major, right?
Yeah. So
I gave him a call and actually checked on his well-being, because that's something that never really gets checked on. Like they, what was it? When I was married, she would say, "Well, Leroy, I do this, I clean and I cook and all of that." And I was like, yeah, that's one aspect of me, but that's not what necessarily needed to be checked on or need to be looked after. It was my mental, my well-being. Where was I at? You know what I mean? And then I can't falter none, because if you don't know what the symptoms of depression look like, well, how are you supposed to express it? So I'm in the middle of a depression, I guess a depressive situation.
Right.
And she doesn't know what to do or how to deal with it, because she don't know what depression even is. If she did know, she just didn't care to tell me, because I didn't know what it was until the last time. I've been through maybe like 3 or 4 sets of depression over the course of our relationship, but she never helped me identify that this was depression until like right now. But I found that out through therapy, you know? So at the end of the day, me sharing my feelings vilified me still, but I'm trying to help somebody.
You know, I
what
tell you all the time, and I'm live to tell everybody, hey, I love each and every one of y'all, because this is what expressing yourself is all about. Knowing that you got somebody in your corner. We done said a million times before that we can share this stuff. We can't share with everybody, but to have somebody that you can vent to,
right,
and know this is gonna stay right there, it's a whole different ball game. I used to tell people, they would be amazed at how often my truck used to get up in the middle of the night because I needed peace. Yes, I'm in my house, but I needed peace, mental peace. I was talking to a brother of mine in the back of the church one day, and he was like, man, as a pastor, the question is, where do you go? You out here being an emotional stamp for somebody else and trying to add to their life and build them up. Where do you go at when you need to be built up? And I told him, I said, because he saw me sitting there. As he was talking, he could see the tears running in my face. I say, man, sometimes we just have to ask God to send somebody there for us, or there's someone already there, and we just have to reach out to them. But, you know, if you don't open up and share what's going on in your life with somebody, you're going to erupt like Hurricane Katrina. And you may do something that may be, like we said before, you may be doing something to try to solve a temporary situation, but make the outcome permanent.
right.
I think with men, when they see you cry or show your feelings, I think to some people it's a form of, oh, he's weak. But I found out it's a form of, oh, I'm strong. Because I can share my feelings. This is how you make me feel about that. This is how I feel about this. Whether it's with my wife, whether it's with anybody, I can share my feelings. I know I'm not weak, you know, so, but I'm trying to get to the, see, it takes a lot to get me upset. It takes a lot to get me mad. During the course of a person trying to make me upset or make me mad, I'm sending them signs. Hey, man, I don't like when you say that. Hey, man, please don't do that. Hey, man, I'm sharing my feelings with you about the situation. But you, sometime in their mind, they automatically think, oh, he's weak or he's scared. If you out somewhere trying to, we see it all the time when they show it on the TikTok or, oh, this person gonna get beat up. Well, the person who's doing all the talking he doing all the talking, but the other person just said, okay, man, go on, you got it. You gone. Well, the person that's doing all the talking, all the gangster, selling all the wolf tickets, we think, oh man, he's really, oh boy, he bad. He that. But the man who's silent just say, hey man, please go on. Please go on. And what ends up happening? The silent man, he done told you over and over, he's stressing his feelings to you, you gone, man. You got it. You got it. Yeah. But you taking it, oh, he's scared. Now, then you probably have people around pump you up. Yo, get him, he's scared.
Yep.
And then get your...
You know, it's funny. It's
Mm-hmm.
funny you said that because I was looking at something on TikTok and the man was just sitting down. He wasn't saying nothing. The dude was standing up. You know, when you stand up over somebody, you in their space.
Is this at the hotel?
Yeah. He's standing up, going off on the man, and you know, like he said, everybody boosting it up, and everybody boosting it up. Man, that dude just went on here and politely got up and clocked him, because it's like you trying to you done took me up to a place I was trying not to go. And the thing is, sometimes people don't realize what you have inside of you until it happens, right? Because you didn't let it go.
Well, he was expressing his feelings without. Hey, this is my feeling. I don't want no trouble. I don't want no smoke. That's you expressing your feelings. I don't want no smoke. I don't want nothing, man. You got it. You can win. But then again, that's why I said when you showing your feelings as a man, a lot of times they think that you are weak. You're not strong. But those are the strong ones. I felt that cry and let it out. Yeah, those are the strong ones.
You know, it's funny you said that because what I thought about was
everything's fun. I said
my uncle. He a comedian. That's one way. That's one way we get over. Because people always ask, well, you get on stage, you make people laugh, stuff like that. But how do you do it when you hurting inside and people don't understand that? That's a form of medicine for us. Mm-hmm. It's a form of medicine for us. At that time, we don't think about what we're going through at that particular time. But you know, I thought about my uncle, who's a pastor as well. I watched him preach his sister's funeral, but he couldn't do his brother's funeral because of the bond. He loved his sister just as much as he loved his brother, but when you got that close-knit bond, it's a hard thing to do. So, like I was telling you before, when we were, rehearsing all them times after we do these podcasts to go to Tampa, I enjoy being here more so than being at rehearsal because this is like a family for me. Mm-hmm. I know if I'm going through anything, I could pick up the phone and call each and every one of y'all and tell you, hey, look, I'm struggling. Mm-hmm. And I know you're going to look out for me.
And there's not going to be no judgment either.
Right. That's the
funny
biggest
you
thing.
should say that.
Everything is funny. We were some comedians. Everything is funny today.
Sad.
I just wanted to say that. We love you, brother.
Yeah.
I love you too, man.
But see, even with that, right, I felt weird the first time Chip was like, man, I love you, bro. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, he just letting me know, like, listen, as my bro, but then I got to get accustomed to really letting the people that I really care about know that, listen, I'm for you, dog. I'm really rooting for you. I love you, man. And it ain't if you fall, dog, I'm here to help pick you back up. You know what I mean? But sometimes we go through things where one of our toxic traits, I know it's mine, is that I would self-isolate. Mm-hmm. Chip really got into like my uncomfortable space. There were times like I'm sitting up and I was like, man, I got to go. I was like, yeah, but the next thing you know, 30 minutes later, Chip pulling up at the house. Because he knows, like, he know I'm about to go to a dark place, man. Right. And I ain't trying to really be there like that, Mm-hmm. So it's things like, it's friendships like that kind of help deal with those hard things that you have to go through as men. And see, women, they'll never understand the pressures that we have on top of us, along with trying to deal with their emotions as well. Just having to have a brother to call and talk to just be able to just express it without no emotions or anything, or not being questioned or asked why. Like, man, I'm feeling this way. Well, why do you feel that way? Is it something about me? It's not about you.
That was so Atlanta.
Yeah, but shut up.
But you said the same thing though. It's the one thing is having that person that you can reach out to where there's no judgment call. There's no judgment whatsoever.
Yeah.
We
was raised like a lot of people, unfortunate, they'll use it against you. So that's why a lot of people don't open up.
That's true.
So when you were raised, you heard, oh, you cry, you ain't no man and all like that. But you heard a lot, but what you saw, you mimic that, and then you grow up with that. Then you could become that, even if it's wrong. That's all you know.
See, and they also say that when you mention that they'll use it against you, you'll share something with your significant other, and in the heat of an argument or something, they will throw it back in your face. I've heard, what is it, Shaquille O'Neal say he doesn't share any kind of emotions and stuff with his girl. It's like, because there's nothing that she can do to be able to help me fix the problem anyway. It's like, but at the same time, he already know that his past experiences know that with the past women, that when he did share something with them, if something go wrong and they get into an argument, that's the first thing that they throw in your face is your experiences or your emotions. So why share it with them? You know what I mean? So I understand sharing it with some brothers who's not going to judge you on the basis of what your shortcomings and stuff are. You know what I mean? So
that's where you got to be careful who you're talking to, who's in your circle, who you can share it with. You just can't go out and share it to every guy. I don't care if they're a minister, preacher. You just can't share that.
You're right.
And we have something inside us to let us know that automatically. I can't. But back to what you had said, Leroy, when I think you said Chip said he loved you, and you was like, yeah. With me, and it's when I'm on the phone with whether it's my wife, my kids, my sons, my dad, whoever, before I hang up, I say, hey, I love you. Now, a couple of times I say that when they wasn't used to it, they be like, but now they got used to me saying that. And I just believe in myself that they need to hear that.
Yeah.
Before it's too late, and I can't never say it. Hey, I love you.
They do, because we were never taught that.
Right. That's
like
it.
when I said to Leroy, I wasn't taught that. Right. You say, oh, I love you, it's the same result.
Right.
Huh?
I'm a man.
What is this?
right.
All right, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we need to be taught that. It's our right to love each other.
But, you know, sometimes we think back and we'll say, well, what was the last thing you heard before someone passed away? And I tell people, I say, I was in Texas, and I called, talked to my granddad. My granddad was 96, 97. My grandmother was 92. And I was talking to my grandma on the phone, and I say, well, hey, granddad. She said, oh, he back there sleeping. And before I say, hey, don't wake him up, she done ran and called him. Jesse, come to the phone. And the first thing he said, you know, I always love to hear your voice. And I love you. Last words I ever heard. My granddad, they said he got up one morning, getting ready to go to the doctor's appointment. Died in the back seat on the way to the doctor's. But the one thing I will say, I know what he said to me before he left. The last words I heard was, I love you. So that sticks with you. And, you know, love is an action word, but at the same time, when you hear it and you know it's coming from a genuine place and not for alternative motives, it means a whole lot more.
Correct.
See, I can understand that as far as, you know, like getting help or saying that you love someone, because at the end of the day, I think, and I'm finding it to be true, that men really actually love like genuinely. Like most of the time we're not looking to get anything out of somebody. You know what I mean? Especially if we have a family. Our goal for loving them is to sacrifice everything that we have to betterment of our family, right? So that's the love that we have for them, and our love typically really doesn't run short. It's kind of unconditional, regardless, right? But then when you experience the love in return, it's always some type of conditions that are brought up to it, and that's the hard part that I am coming to grips with. Is like, okay, well, you can say you love me, but your actions don't show that you do.
So I think. As for me, this is what I learned. You don't say you love for the person, because you can get caught up in that. I'm trying to figure out, like, when I say I love you, I mean I love everybody. So that's when I'm trying to get to the point where, okay, I love you. It's okay. Because when my brother said to me, I wasn't used to that. Because my brother ain't never say, oh, yeah, I love you.
You know what I believe? Just what I believe, that if more men would tell their sons, of course we tell our daughter, but I think it's a stigma still why we don't tell our son. But if more men tell their sons, hey, I love you, I think that'll do something real mental to them. I remember right quick, like on TikTok, I saw a guy, a young boy, he was in trouble. He's had a hard time, and the arresting officer was another man, another brother, another man, and the guy was the young boy was just crying. He was mad. You know, YNs, they get mad and they want to tear the whole world up. And the officer, older guy, just hugged him. He said he just hugged him, and the boy started crying. Shit, I'm about to cry. He just hugged because so many YNs and I don't even like to call them YNs. You know, young men out there need somebody. Need some, whether their father or someone just hug them and say, I love you. Like you said, Leroy, be genuine with it.
Right.
That would change a lot because a lot of these cats, YNs don't get the love. They don't get that love. And if you ever sat down and talked to one that's furious and mad, first thing they say, I ain't got no daddy. I don't know my daddy. They have nobody to say, hey, man, I love you.
Now,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
With that, with that, a lot of mothers put in their head that they fathers ain't nothing.
Of course.
When they father try and be in their life, but
course.
the mother say, oh, nah, you ain't going to be in my son's life. Right. But she don't let the son know she said that. Right. So then he put all the anger towards him.
Yeah.
Right.
Because my daddy, at least my mama never downed my daddy. Right. She just let us see. So that was up to us to build an anger up or be angry or something. At least she didn't say, oh, your dad ain't nothing. Your dad ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. They do a lot of that, but that's only going to last for a little while. Because when that kid get a certain age, they automatically going to know who's my dad, who my daddy. And that point, that's, I'm not saying that point you can, if that's your son, just say, hug him. Hey, man, I love you. Yeah. I know what happened, but I love. They need a hug and they need to be told, hey, I love you.
Yeah, you can't never take the daddy away.
Well, see, I can kind of relate to that because when I joined the military, like I lived with my mom the entire time. Now, my mom really never downed my dad, but there were situations where we spent time with him, and then we come back, we were considered like traitors or something like that. Yeah. That's what our mom put on us. So it was like, okay, well, dang, I really don't want to go that way if my mom is going to treat me this way, right? Because I know that during the time period they had split up. We went back to D.C. He stayed in Atlanta, and that's just where it was, right? So I joined the military, and when I joined the military, my MOS school is 45 minutes from Richmond, where my dad stayed at. And I was like, you know what? I just want to have a conversation with you. Just like lay it all out. I want to know everything. I got everything for 18 years from my mom's side. Give me 30 to 45 minutes to tell me your side. Right. You know what I mean? Because I said I don't want to hold any grudges because I said I was upset. I said I was mad. I was like, dog, I was a good kid. I wasn't in nothing. I wasn't in no trouble or anything like that. ROTC, doing all of these things in school. And I would have loved for my father to have been there to help support. And the first thing he said to me is he apologized, and then he said he was addicted to drugs. It was under the drug usage. He was like that was his focal point, and he said that he was more or less embarrassed as a father, embarrassed for us to see him in that light. He said he didn't realize he needed to get himself together. He had to leave D.C. just to be able to get clean, you know what I mean, and get his life and stuff together. So he had to start in a completely different city, 2-3 hours away, just so he can get his life and stuff back together and in order. So I said, I really can't fault you for that. Right. And then I started doing my research as to like why you on drugs, like how did that even happen? And then I get married to my wife at the time, and her parents are on drugs, and then I got friends. Then you come to find out this was by design. You know what I'm saying? Like the crack and stuff was, and the dope and stuff was pushed in our community so heavy that it impacted us one way or the other. You know what I mean? If you didn't have a mother or father on drugs, then you had an uncle or an aunt who was on drugs, because my ex-wife aunt was on dope. You know what I'm saying? And then she got uncles, and ain't no telling if the uncles and stuff. I know my uncle, one of my uncles was still on dope when I went home. That man was high at my father's retirement party. You know what I mean? So if those impacts like that, it's not I shouldn't hold fault against him because he was under an addiction. You know what I mean? So I told him that. I was like, listen, okay, I'm gonna wipe the slate clean. I was like, we'll start off then, and we had a good relationship all the way up until his current situation now. Right now, he has like vertigo dementia, like an extreme case of dementia. But he's getting the best care he can get at the moment. You know what I mean? So I'm not putting no fault on him. But now that he was able to express his feelings to me, and I don't show him judgment, make me feel like he had a better like life after that. He didn't have to have that burden of embarrassment anymore, you know. So, and that's the same thing I do with my daughter now. I was like, beforehand, I would self-isolate. I wouldn't talk about my feelings because I felt like it was stoic. I'm holding everything in. I'm not about to put this pressure on you all. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to figure it out. And then once I figure it out, I'll bring it to the family. Right. When I realized that was the wrong thing to do, because me self-isolating made them think that I had a problem with them. Right. And I never voiced my concerns in reference to that. You know what I mean? Not until like now. You know what I mean? I let my daughter know everything up front. Now, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm going on and stuff like that. And she appreciates that. So I didn't realize sharing your feelings could impact your family so much, especially as a man.
But you know, the thing is, I noticed when Chip said he tried to tell everybody he loved them all the time. Mm-hmm. Just before I got ready to retire the military, like I told you, we big on respect. So I'm at the track working out, and I saw my coach. He only 6 years older than me, but because he was in a position of authority, we were taught to respect him. And he said, well, hey, man, you need to go by and see Mr. Cheeseborough. And I say, okay. I'll go see Mr. Cheeseborough. He said, man, he's 85 years old. I say, wow. He said, man, you need to go see him. So I went by and I told him, I said, hey, Mr. Cheeseborough, I just wanted to tell you thank you for everything you've done for us. I said, because it's because of you, coaches like you and the other coaches that we had growing up in the park, watching us. Y'all were those father figures for us. For those that came up without a father, y'all were the father figures for us. So, you know, he just touched his heart and he said, I just want to say thank you. He said, because he always loved to see his boys come back as young men. Mm-hmm. And then you could see the tears rolling down his face. And I'm like, man, that word, that moment touched him so much. And I said, I didn't realize how much it touched him until it happened to me. I was putting a post on Facebook about a championship game we had won in Korea. And one of my old coaches, one of my old players, he was a knucklehead. He always had words for me. He said, Coach, man, congratulations. I say, I appreciate it. He said, man, but 12 points? I said, man, I wasn't coaching offense. I was just coaching the defense. He said, man, I just want to tell you I appreciate you. I said, man, for what? He said, because he said, although we used to bump heads all the time, I had mad respect for you, and I thank you for allowing me to play for you. He says, because of you that I'm playing semi-pro football now. He said, because you gave me a chance to be somebody. You know, so you don't never know what seeds you sowing into people. Like now, all the seeds that we've been pouring in, we're pouring into people while we're doing the podcast. We pour into each other because it's letting us know that, hey, look, we're all still humans and we all still go through stuff. But this is the way to get it out and share it and have that brother beside you to say, hey, look, man, it's going to be all right.
So I kind of started thinking back on the individuals, because since my dad wasn't there, I probably should start going through Facebook and start looking up individuals, because I went through Gary Clark's sports camp for the Washington Redskins. There were individuals like Corporal Prince that was in the Young Marines program who used to chew me out all the time, but always was checking on me to make sure I got good grades. It was my chess coach at Jefferson Junior High School that was coaching me to play chess, and I was like, I could have been, if I would have kept going, probably at least a grandmaster close to it in those particular tournaments, but I kind of let that go. But there were individuals that were in my life who were male figures who helped guide me in a sense to make me a better person. That I could have been in a worst case scenario. There were situations that if I would have made a left turn, God knows I probably would have been in prison or in jail somewhere. You know what I mean? But then even my recruiter, Sergeant Clark, I think that's what his name was, Sergeant Clark, me and him had it out. You know what I mean? But then afterwards, he told me, him and the officer was like, yo, you was the easiest recruit they ever put in. It's like, you didn't argue, you ain't fuss or fight. I was like, listen, because I ain't got nothing back there. I'm poor, bro. You know what I mean? So I have to give thanks to those individuals that looked out for me, even when I was in the military. I got in trouble when I was in the military, man. But even still, it could have been worse than what it was. You know what I mean?
The simple way to do that, man, and now that we're talking about it, the simple way to do it, and I'm going to actually go back and do it myself, is everybody that I can think of, when I put the thank you post out there, I'm going to tag them. That way it hits their page. So y'all will see it too, because y'all helping me, man. Y'all helping me so much. I tell people, don't think just because I preach, I teach that I don't have no issues. Yeah. I got problems just like everybody else. And the thing is, sometimes we don't get a chance to relinquish them because we're helping everybody else.
But then also with you being a pastor, people put you on a pedestal. That
I don't like. I tell people quickly, don't do it. And I'm gonna tell you why I tell you that, because the minute we fall, you're gonna want to nail me to the cross like they did Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. I'm still human. Yeah, I'm holding an office because of the Lord, but I'm still human.
Right.
That's why we have to be able to relate to people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as far as the feeling aspect, the ramifications of it, we understand that most people are not going to really care about how we feel. That's where you come with the idea of like, okay, you just can't tell everybody what you're thinking, but it's kind of hard to tell your feelings knowing that we're on a podcast and this can reach so many people. So there's going to be individuals that's going to see this and be like, oh, you need to man up. I made a post about my comedy show. And in the comedy show that I got going on, I said I was married for 23 years. I said I never cheated. I just said I wasn't as empathetic over the course of the years. And the women at the bottom in the comments. Now, this is just a post advertising. I'm letting my feelings go on.
Right.
And this is what you mean by like, okay, you just can't share it with everybody. Right. It was just a small little snippet. The women, I had not met, but just read so many women with negative comments and just jerks. And I'm not saying I'm dislikeful for women. I got more help from the brothers that was like, listen, I understand what you're going through, man. Keep your head up and stuff like that. But then you have women that'll hit your comment, oh, you deserve it. I hope it hurts you even longer.
Bash you.
Listen.
And you know what, though? You have to be like a duck in the water, man. Sometimes you got to let that roll. And this is the thing. You got Big Chip, you got me, you got Anthony, you got Funnybone, you got Mr. Mike back there. This is the thing.
Ed.
You got Ed back there. So he working the microphone and stuff like that. So this is my thought. When stuff like that, when you start seeing stuff like that, you got to be like a duck in the water, let it roll off you and just let it keep going. But at the same time, that's easier said than done. That's why you have to reach out to somebody and let them know what you're going through, because I know that had to be an experience in itself.
Oh, listen, I typically, personally, I don't care what anybody says about what I post online. As if I posted, it's because it was meant to reach a certain group of people.
Right.
My experience from behind it, though, it was like, well, dang, I would have thought that, listen, as the caliber of man that I am, and you all are bagging me on my shortcomings, you all being women, you know what I'm saying? You all are being women telling another person, yeah, I hope that it hurts even harder. And I was reading all of these things. I was like, man. So I was like, I left it alone. You know what I mean? Because it's still, but it raises questions about, okay, well, yeah, men's feelings really don't matter in the eyes of the multitude. So we have to find that circle of brothers to be able to express ourselves to, because the world don't care. The ones that you would think that will come back and give you some positive reinforcement, they're not going to give you the positive reinforcement. Like, for an example, right? Remember the situation, Sharonda had, I was talking to me about, like, whatever it is that you're getting ready to do, don't do it, right? And I appreciate Sharonda for letting me know, right? So the podcast goes live and everything, and individuals end up looking at the podcast, and when they looked at the podcast, they immediately thought I was a danger to another individual. I was like, so is that what you all got? I was like, me expressing my emotions about what I felt and what I was going through at this particular situation. You all automatically vilify me for sharing my feelings. So I was like, at the end of the day, I can't change how you feel. I can't. But if you feel that way, that's just one person. Maybe I done just helped out maybe 100, 200 men to let them know, listen, yeah, I was going through the same thing. I'm going through that right now. Like, and I put out a plea, like, listen, if you all are going through it, reach out to the show. Let us know so we can talk to you, counsel you, just let you know that you ain't by yourself. You know what I mean? Because I'm all about trying to help somebody. So it's ironic that when I mentioned about sharing your feelings, how it's like a double-edged sword for a man.
It is.
So
especially with women. I mean, I've always said that, you know, I know my wife gonna get me, but I've always said, and with women, it's kind of like, you know, the worse you treat them, the better they love you. Now, I always say that. And what do you mean? I mean, it's crazy that, you know, they can take a good man and they'll hold up and talk about that good man. But then when you have a bad man trying to do all kind of stuff, you have to fight to even say something about him. So saying anything about how you are as a man to women, is a no-no.
But here's the thing, right? They're supposed to be we're supposed to be the logical ones.
Right.
Right. So we usually solve problems and we use logic. We understand your feelings might be there, but logically this still needs to get taken care of. I understand you might feel a certain way, but logically these bills still need to get paid. Right. You know what I mean? So if you are the emotional side of the two, how is it that your emotions aren't available when I'm trying to express my emotions to you?
Because they're not looking at they're not looking at your side. They're looking at your wife's side. And what you got to understand is women are more emotional than men. Even though you're pouring out, they're not looking at your feelings or how things happen. They're looking at it from a woman's point of view. And the thought is they're going to coincide with
anytime a lot of women, I love women. I love my wife, I love everybody. But a lot of times, with what they do is, if you coming in crying and moping, that woman's not looking at. She's saying, "You supposed to be the man. You got to hold your head up. I don't want to hear all this. You supposed to help us through all this stuff. Get us through all this stuff. Whatever. Don't cry. I don't want to hear it." That's how it is with a lot of women. They say, "Oh, you man," but at the same time, God put you there as a helpmeet. So you got to help me meet anything. If your man is crying to you about a situation, whatever, it's not good for you to be like, "Oh, you ain't a man," whatever. It's good for you to say, "Okay, I'm listening, baby. Talk to me." Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna say all women do that. But for women, like if you're married and you're the husband telling your woman like that, telling your woman stuff and crying or whatever, sometimes she gonna, "Oh, you weak. You ain't no man. Ain't no that." But there's somebody outside that gonna sit and listen. Okay, tell me what you feel and tell me how you. And you as the man don't want the outside person to do that. We want you, my wife. Listen to me. I'm gonna cry. Let's go in the room. I'm gonna cry, but I love you because we're trying to make this work. But like you say, sometimes they'll take that and take your feelings, how you express your feelings. "Oh, you ain't a man." I don't say, but then they'll go right out the door and somebody else will cry and they be like, "Oh."
I think another, in all actuality, I think if you learn how to love yourself to the fullest, not how people want you to love, but if you love yourself to the fullest, that'll alleviate a lot of that, because you will be a sunshine, then somebody else, if you get married, that person will be a sunshine too. So if she do leave or if he do leave, you'll always have your light.
Okay, yeah, I can understand that if you, but that's if the person loved themselves. You got to realize how rare is it that individuals love themselves. A lot of people end up getting married or getting into relationships off of what they can get out of it, not out of serving. You know what I mean? And I think, what was it? Nate asked me 2 weeks ago. He was like, within your relationship, who was the giver and who was the taker? And then I had to really sit back and think about it. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, I gave a lot. You know what I mean? And not just, it was based off of what I felt like I should give, which is monetary. I mean, I gave you as much as my whole paycheck. Didn't think twice about it. Here's all of it. You know what I mean? And then I like, well, where was the reciprocation at that time? Would you say so?
Sucker.
Come on.
Sucker. I'm a
No,
sucker.
I'm just playing.
But that's your brother for you. You know what I mean?
That's the one you said you love you. He gonna be there for you.
Right.
He said he loved you.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah. No, but that, you know, we always me and Chip always bag on each other. But that's the same thing I was telling people even at the Comedy Zone. I was like, listen, man, if me and my brother we joking with you and we bagging on you, it's because dog, we love you. You know what I mean? If we wasn't really kicking it with you or messing with you or talking about you like that or joking with you, then we don't really care too much about you because we don't feel like we can get that comfortable with you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I talk about everybody because I love them.
I don't talk about everybody because I don't love. I don't love everybody.
The thing is, I saw a pastor, I can't remember what his name was, but I saw him online, and he said what you have to understand about relationships is you got two people that come together. They're both broken until you open up and share everything that's going on with your life with them. You're not going to be able to put the puzzles together because you're still broken in some way. I may be broken in a way that I've been holding on to something and I'm not sharing it with her. She may be broken in a way that she ain't shared with me. So you're trying to put something together, but in order to put it together, you got to have all the pieces to the puzzle. And if you don't never have all the pieces to the puzzle, like you're saying, for men, sometimes we don't want to share everything. Especially when you first meet someone, you don't want to share everything because one, if they're not open to your, what's going on in your life, they're gonna be judgmental. They're gonna be judgmental, and that's vice versa. A man gonna be judgmental. I mean,
I think that when you, like Chip said, you got to love yourself. I think before you decide to get in a relationship, before you decide to get married, love yourself first. Just let all that stuff from your previous marriage or whatever, let that stuff go. Because if you don't let that stuff go and you bring it into a new marriage, it's going to be the same exact stuff. So you got to love yourself. I love me because I love me. And I'm coming in this relationship. I'm through with all that stuff. Matter of fact, I don't even have to tell you about my past because it does not exist. I'm going to tell you about the start of me and you now. Because sometimes, like you said, Pastor, if you go and tell them about your past, it's going to come up.
Right. But if you don't.
You didn't do that with so-and-so, or did you do it? But I say, I just say, hey, stay in love with yourself until you get all that done.
Well, I'm not going to say let it go. What I'm going to say is you got to heal from it.
Heal from it.
You got to heal from it. Because until you heal from it, you're going to always bring something. You're going to carry luggage into something.
Heal from it and let it go to where you don't bring it into your past. When you go, like you heal, like a lot of women go through a lot of stuff with men and men go through a lot of stuff with women and they bring it into the next, they're not healed from it, they bring it to the next relationship and it's going to come up at some time. So when you join into the new relationship, let's do this right here. We're not going to talk about my past. We're going to start from me and you and move forward. Sometimes that's the best thing to do.
My past don't have nothing to do with nothing.
Right. They'll put it up. They'll throw it up every time something. Oh, Chip, you ain't do a last girl like that when she's.
And then the thing about that, if you live in the past, this man might have been a whoremonger, or she might have been a whoremonger somewhere else.
Right.
But you decide to wife her.
Right.
Now people are looking at you. Oh, you must don't know. You don't. Oh man, you don't. Exactly.
Okay. Right. So, in essence, a woman's past typically matters to a man. What did you do, or what were you before then? So a lot of men don't want to wife up a woman who has a whore or been a whore or has whore's tendencies or whatever, or been like that's like seeing a what do you call it, a pornographer. A porn actress or a person that's on OnlyFans. Most men are not going to want to. They'll have fun with that, but they're not going to want to wipe that up, and that's a woman's past. Right. Now I can understand what you're saying. Like your past don't matter to that woman because she wants to know what you can do for her from that point moving forward. Right. So a man's future is what a woman typically focuses on, like your ability to be able to sustain her, protect her, profess for her, and be able to keep her safe. So I can understand that. So I can agree with you with that. Now as far as
Kanye.
My past. Huh?
Kanye.
What? With who?
Kardashian.
Okay, we're gonna have to ask you to not just throw a name out there. We're gonna need for you to. We're gonna need for you to go ahead and explain to us exactly what you're talking about. You just throw Kanye out there.
Put it on.
I like Kanye.
No, the camera. Something went with the cameras.
Now, we are familiar with who Kim Kardashian is and what her past is with the gentleman she's been with, due to her fame and just. That's what they do in that circle of life. Mm-hmm. If you know that woman's history, or we in the streets say smash list, Kanye, you are a bleeping knucklehead. It's some pie mouth I want to say, but you are a knucklehead for marrying her and expecting something different.
Yes.
She was like that before you met her. That's how she got her fame. She was like that when you were with her, and she's been like that thereafter.
Now, I agree 100%. Now, what I'm saying when I say the past should not matter, what I'm saying is this: how she was treated by that last dude. I don't want to know all that. This. I don't want to know all that. I want to start with me and you now, because what I'm saying is, I mean, I'm not saying she was in the streets and all like that. Well, we're gonna know that. But I'm talking about. I meet her. She's at the church. I meet her. She come in. Well, I meet her, and I don't want to know. Oh, my last boyfriend, he did this, he did that. Or well, my last girlfriend, she did this. I want to get over all that. So when I date you, it's gonna be concrete and new. You understand? So I want to know about what this guy did, because I'm telling you, once you find out that this guy treated me like this guy did me like that, that's gonna come back up when you get together and start arguing.
So do you believe you can change your hoe into a housewife?
What?
No, I don't believe it.
No, could you
change your
No,
whole
no.
to a housewife?
So you don't
No,
believe that?
I don't
right?
believe that. No, I don't believe that.
Okay, so do you believe Jesus loved the church, his wife?
Yes.
So why you don't believe that?
Believe what?
What I just said.
I'm not gonna try. Me personally, I'm not gonna try to turn. I don't like to say that word, into a wife. I'm not gonna do that.
Now look.
A skeezer.
But now look at us though.
A skeezer. A harlot. A
Harlot.
Now look at us though.
A whore.
Jesus said you're supposed to love your wife
Right.
like he loved the church.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Now, what if you didn't know her past, but what if in her past, she was like, this it?
Well, what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying, is when I
You
meet.
gonna still love her though, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna still. When after I find out or before?
You not married though.
Yeah.
No, well, that's the thing. I'm not gonna go up and go marry somebody like that.
No,
Well,
but
how would you know that?
See,
though?
I think what you
But
trying to.
no. How would you know though?
What I'm saying is this
got
right
it.
here. What I'm saying is this. I don't want to know how
Talking about
I'm talking about this individual dude treated you. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that this dude. But I don't want to know that. I want you to get over that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't want to know if you have thousands of me, because that's gonna come out sooner or later. Somebody gonna see you, man. You know so and so. That's gonna come out. That's gonna come out.
And I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
because
it's gonna come out.
If anyone has been stationed in Hawaii, you will see that. And what I mean by that is, you'll see gorgeous women
Yes.
coming out in the middle of the night.
Yes.
But they on the streets.
Right.
I met one, and what she said was, well, I lived in the States, and I had a deadbeat father, a deadbeat dad, baby daddy, so I had to do what I had to do to take care of my kids. Now, the thought is, man, she's gorgeous. But the first thing that you think in the back of your mind is, man, I would take care of her, treat her like a queen. But the thought is, how many other guys have seen her
Right.
before you got with her?
Well,
So-
again.
So, but you said
again,
leave
I
the
don't
past
want
in
you.
the past. I'm just saying.
Right, leave the past in the past. I want to start anew with me.
But would you want to know her past?
Not really. When it
Depending
comes-
on-
What I'm saying
not
is-
really.
Her past would come
Not
out
really.
then.
Listen, I don't have to know her past for the dudes that treated her like, because most women and men, when we meet somebody, I used to have a girl, she treat me like that. I don't need to know that. Or I used to have a guy who treat me like, I don't need to know that. Because you're gonna start new with me now. What you guys are
No. This is all I'm saying.
Go ahead.
The past doesn't matter. That's all I'm saying.
The past doesn't matter. Well, right. It doesn't matter because we're going to start. If I met a girl today, we're going to start. I'm not going to come to this girl and start talking about, my last girl.
Yeah.
That's in the past. Hopefully between the two, I done got over that. If my last girlfriend cheated, my last wife cheated, hopefully I done got over that before I jumped into another
Right.
relationship. That's what I'm saying. And same with her. I don't want to come tell me, because sometimes when you're telling me that, you hoping to me say, well, I won't do that. I ain't gonna treat you like that. No, I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to know that. We're gonna start anew and fresh.
So-
now all this other stuff y'all talking about, it's gonna come to pass.
No, well, here's the dilemma, right? Regardless of you not wanting to know about the past, certain triggers and trauma she's going to have is going to come up that you're going to have to deal with from her past. So I don't think it's an issue with discussing each other's past, so that way you can know your partner better when it comes to those triggers, and being more communicative with one another, so that way if you know that something had happened with her and it triggered an emotion or it triggered her to be some way, that it's not about you, but you would like to know how you can help her get through that particular stage that she's going through. And the longer you're together, the shorter those situations might come up together. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
So at the end of the day, I said I don't mind somebody knowing about my past,
Right.
so that way you can understand my character and know what type of person that I am. But I would like to know about yours. Like if you was in before this, when you was in a relationship with a guy did not treat you as well, did not take care of you as much. But you know the type of person that I am, that I'm not that. But I know what hurdles I might have to jump through, because these are like walls that you might have put up to protect yourself. But these are just things that I think every person should know about before going into a really heated relationship.
I agree with that 100%. But all I'm saying is, if she been in, don't want to sit down and we talk about it. I want to know what your life is about, what you like doing, and if that's the aspect. You know, I don't really want to know, because she's gonna know what type of man you are from your presence, and she's gonna know. She's gonna do. Something might happen. She go, okay. Oh no, when I was with so and so, oh he didn't let me do. But he's so she gonna already know that by your presence, why you treat her. But what I'm saying is, when it's okay to learn the past, we'll go there. But what I'm saying, I don't want this past to come up. Oh, Anthony, you told me that you paid all the bills for so and so. You ain't paying all the bills for me. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
He comes up like that. Oh, well, you didn't say that dude when he knocked you out last time. This kind of stuff can destroy a marriage. Right. That's what I'm saying. If you get over all that before you even get into another marriage, where you can just start anew. Yes, I want to know about our past, and I just don't want to know about all the stuff that can come back up and kill this marriage. I want you to be over that. Yeah. If that guy did something to you, go get over that before you come into the next with me or anybody else. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. This is what I tell people, and I put this quote on Facebook once before. I said, if your past is affecting your present, then it's not your past, and it's keeping you from getting to what God has for you in the future. So if you're holding on to your past, because he tells us to forget the things in the past and press for the mark of, you have to somewhere in your life let it go, right? In order for you to move forward. Because you're gonna steady be drugging something along with you, and you're gonna mess up a
good relationship.
Exactly.
Because of our past, I want to make up a good relationship.
You got to carry your past to live your future.
Right.
So here's what I recently saw that caused me to just do like a mass forgiving. You know what I mean? Like in the video, the guy said, in about 2 to 3 generations after you die, you will be forgotten. Yes. Somebody else will be living in your home. Yep. Your great grandkids who don't know you might be living in this house. Mm-hmm. Some of your car is going to be turned into scrap because it's not going to last that long. You know what I mean? You're going to be forgotten to the winds of time. It's about time for you to start living and doing everything right now. And I was like, well, dang, that kind of opened up my eyes to a lot of things that I've gone through in my past that is like, well, listen, why did I hold on to that for so long? Right. Why am I thinking about the current situation? You know what I'm saying? I was like, at the end of the day, I got to forgive her to be able to move forward with what I got going on in the future. You know what I mean? And that's what I did. I was like, you know what? I said, God, I said, as of right now, regardless of what it is, what was done to me and how I felt about it, I said, I still forgive them. You know what I'm saying? I was like the staff sergeant, for those who know me. I couldn't stand this particular staff sergeant. And that staff sergeant dead and gone. You laughing about it, Ed. You laughing about it, but
don't
then
laugh,
I realized
his feelings.
Right. That's it's stuff. It's stuff like that make. You know what I mean?
Don't make you don't want to share.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But see, I'm transparent about it. But what I'm saying is that at some point you can't harbor over the things that has happened to you. It's an experience that you lived. Go ahead and forgive it and go ahead and move forward. Forgive them. They're going to live their life. They're going to do what they want. You sitting up there, what the guys say, it said drinking, not forgiving somebody is like drinking poison and expecting for them to get sick and die.
Well, we have to remember that forgiveness is not for them anyway. It's for us. See, when you don't forgive, it's you carrying unnecessary baggage.
Yeah.
And you blocking your own blessings. So we have to be able to forgive. God forgave us, and we mess up every day.
Yeah.
And
so
we must say also that it's not going to be easy.
No, it's not.
Right.
Sometimes baby crawls to forgive people, depending on what they did to you.
Steps.
Yeah. Now my forgiveness for my current situation is the baby steps.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Baby
But
steps.
at the end of the day, I said I can't see you or whatnot. But I'm wishing you the best. Whatever it is, I forgive you for whatever it is, your decisions that you made. But stay over there, leave me alone. You know what I mean? Because I can forgive you from where I'm at right here. I ain't got to deal with what it is. But then the staff sergeant situation, it was like, yo, I forgave that quick. You know what I mean? It's been well more over 20 years. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, and I'm still harboring this. I was like, you know what, dog? I'm gonna let this thing go.
And then when it was what was like 13 years ago, when you forgave the regardless whether that guy raped you, when he raped you, you forgave him and you moved on with your life. I'm proud of you.
I know that was baby steps.
I know.
There had to be some baby
Hey,
steps.
wait a minute.
He
Because
said they used to be Lucinda.
No, because I was getting ready. You know we on this podcast, right? And I try not to cuss.
Okay, no cuss.
So I
I'm sorry.
bite my tongue.
I'm
No,
just
you tell
playing world.
You tell these people you lying. Ain't
I'm
nobody.
just playing world.
Ain't nobody.
I cuss for you. Damn,
Yeah.
why'd you?
Right, thank you, Anthony. Right.
love
Ain't nobody raping me, man. What's wrong with you?
Oh,
He's so stupid. I can't stand you
I actually thought
sometimes.
he was serious. 'cause
No, he
was
wasn't
telling me
serious. No, because I was just waiting. I was like, what this fool got to say? What he got to say? Because I'm going to take this microphone and, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
But
What?
it's good you say forgive, though. We really have to.
Yeah.
We really have to
Forgive
forgive.
me?
Because, I mean, you can be here today and gone tomorrow. And
That's the thing.
That one thing that you didn't forgive someone for, they dead and gone, but it's eating you inside
Yeah.
every day for the rest of your life because you didn't get a chance to make amends.
Right. Yeah. So, so
He
coming.
didn't get a chance to make amends. That he did a lot of.
What?
Okay, nothing.
What did he say?
What did he say?
He didn't get a chance. You didn't get a chance to make amends, but you did a lot of amends.
Bro, what's up with you with this gay
Okay. Anyway, I have a joke.
No, I don't want to hear the joke.
No.
It's going to be gay.
Oh man, can't say that.
no, it's not. No,
Can't
it's
say
not.
can't say it's gonna be gay, man.
No, it's not.
Come on now.
Okay. What was Forrest Gump's favorite pasta? Anybody?
Oh, don't ask me.
Penny.
What did he say? What was it?
Penny. You know, Penny was his girlfriend.
Her name was Jenny.
Jenny.
You keep on with them jokes, they gonna want their money back for them tickets.
Right, yeah. Ain't nobody you giving them tickets away.
Oh my God.
All right,
Oh.
so,
See what that one lady did to me on stage? I
yeah.
wasn't even talking about the community.
No, I don't care
What
about the
happened?
community.
I tell you after the show.
There you go.
Yo, so in closing,
Yes.
as far as men sharing their feelings and getting their emotions out, from me to you all that's out there, just make sure you find yourself a group of people, women first of all. Please understand that sometimes a man can't share their feelings with you because they know that you're going to look at them differently if they pour out certain emotions out to you. But they got to have a group of fellas that they can trust. So they say it's okay you should be okay with allowing your husband or boyfriend to go out with a group of fellas that are trustworthy. You know what I mean? I don't think the woman that I'm talking to would mind me hanging out with these fellas here just to have a discussion and talk to get some things off my chest that only men can kind of relate to. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, just remember, you know what I'm saying, find yourself a group of brothers, find yourself a forge of brothers to be able to talk out those emotions and help uplift you as a man, so that way you can get that emotional energy boost to go ahead and go throughout the week. Sometimes we do our fellows group right here, we usually meet up once a month. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we're meeting up tomorrow. Have some dinner and just
Your
talk
treat.
and be able to.
Your treat, right?
We meeting tomorrow, right?
Listen, if we gotta lift you, if we gotta uplift you in there, it's your treat.
Bro,
okay.
ain't nobody lifting me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? No,
Say
but
uplift.
at the end of the day, listen, it's all about getting your emotions across in a healthy way and finding some fellas that you can have fun with. Listen, Jesus had 12 disciples. I refuse to believe that they were serious all the time.
Peter.
I refuse that they were serious all the time.
No, because Peter cut some ears off. You know he wasn't serious all the
Yeah,
time.
well, Peter was violent.
Well, he was serious when he cut that ear
Yeah,
off too.
he was. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't trying to hear it.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? So, in closing, man, just go ahead and find that group of fellas that you can just laugh and enjoy life with, man. You know what I'm saying? Because life is too short, man. You're going to be forgotten in a couple of generations anyway. You might as well make your impact with the people that you see right here, right now. In the meantime, I'll go around the room. Y'all got anything that y'all want to say that y'all got going on? We'll start off with you, Ernest.
Hey, Pastor E say, man, enjoy your life and live it to the fullest. He came that we may have life and have it more abundantly. We don't have to wait till we get on heaven to have that life abundance.
Hello, Ant.
Hey, once again, glad to be here with these fellas and talking. And just want to let the ladies know that we love y'all. We're not talking against you or nothing like that. We love y'all. And hey, fathers, hug your sons and tell them you love them.
Chip.
April 4th, Household of Faith. Y'all be there for the comedy show, the Clean Comedy Show, the Clean Getaway. And then June 18th, my fat brother, Leroy, having therapy at the Comedy Zone. So y'all come out and support that. It's going to be real funny. And September 13th, y'all come out and support my show, Stroke Talk 3, finally. Y'all come on out.
All right. And Ed?
I have nothing.
Ed ain't got nothing.
Nothing.
Say something to the people.
Yeah. No, you got your drinks and stuff. Delirium presents.
I do. My camera's off the moment, so I really can't put my
Well,
face
you
on
got
it.
No,
your
I paid
picture
something
up
on
there.
either.
Nah, it's off on this end.
Yeah,
It's off on the
the
sand?
camera number 4 went out. Yeah.
But anybody out there likes to make mixed drinks, whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic, I do tutorials on that online on YouTube. Go to DANNERIUM and type the word presents after that, and you'll see it'll say Denarium Presents, and it'll have a picture of me there, and I'm making various drinks. And again, there are both alcoholic and non-alcoholic.
They can't see how you look.
That's all right.
Yeah. Well, for all of y'all,
I'm easy on the eyes.
okay. So for all of y'all that don't know, he's like a fat Chico DeBarge. You know. You know what I mean? Yeah, but he know. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, and I like it.
No, that's my dog. Hey, listen, y'all. So Chip Steady Right. April 4th, we got the Clean Getaway show. I still got some more tickets for that. If you want tickets, please message me on Messenger and get in contact with me. If you want tickets, they're $25. My special that's going to be at the Comedy Zone on June 18th, $20. It's called Therapy from Pain to Laughter. We're going to be doing that, but I got some good comedians on that show that's going to be part of the first hour, as well as a poet that's going to be there that's going to rock the house out. And then my brother's show in September, you know, he got Stroke Talk 3 finally. Hopefully he'll be slimmer by the time that happens, but
I will.
hey, God only knows.
Man.
I don't want to give a special thanks to
Tasha.
no, there's a young lady by the name of Marie. She's part of the company 3. She helped me with these the GLP-3s. I have these drops now that help me drop weight and everything. They help me work out. So I've been on that for the last 2 weeks, and so far I went from 270. No, it's been a week and a half. So I went from 279
To 275.
Yeah, I need to get her information from you.
273, right? So I am dropping the weight now, and I'm able. Listen, you should get on it too. So I'm trying to help you. No, I am losing it natural, but you should get
You
on the
taking
gel.
pills.
No, these are drops, all natural.
You taking
drops.
native pills.
GP1?
They're
GLP-1?
They're GLP. Yeah, it's a GLP-1, but it's an all natural version of it instead of getting the synthetic shots.
Who said that?
That was the
That's
information.
what she told you?
No, this was the scientist that created it.
Okay. You
All right.
run to the Comedy Zone, and I hear you talking about meow.
Listen, I'm not even about to get into that with you. This is what I'm doing. This is my journey, and so far it's helping me out.
definitely
If you
look
want to
good.
get the information, I appreciate you. Go ahead and reach out to me if you want to get information about that and the young lady who
I
that
thought you
put me
said
on.
reach out to me. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it. I can't reach out to you.
no,
on live.
don't reach out
worry
to me.
about it.
Don't reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, I want to thank each and every last one of you all for tuning into the Anger Management Podcast. Anthony, I want to thank you for filling in for Funnybone while he's out. And make sure that y'all continue to like, comment, and share. We appreciate it. It's free to do. And we'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. All right? Thank y'all.
You my hand like a baby.
Yeah, because you acted like a baby.
Ooh.
We off now?
I don't know who you talking to. Whoop that ass. Watch yourself. Whoop that ass. I came in with this belt in my hand. Don't make me leave here with my foot in your ass. Be cool. Don't worry about how I'm disciplined and gentle parenting ain't work. So this what I had to do. Disrespectful children, nieces, nephews, motor mouth to get that ass whoop special, or else they will test you. You think they about to listen, but they won't. Y'all think that time I work